exciting show planned for y'all this evening. So use this time wisely, okay? Time is of the essence. Go ahead, like and share the video. Okay? Yes, all of that. So again, if you're in any groups, relationship groups, love dating groups, whatever, don't just share on your page. Come on, like spread the love. Share there too.
And make sure you have 1 or 2 or 3 people.
Hey everyone.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? How's everybody doing tonight? Guess what I'm doing? I am sharing the show right now. So I encourage you guys to share and tag? Is that what it's share and tag? Or
all of that.
Share, like, all that good stuff. Oh, you can hear me. So listen, we thank you guys so much for tuning in for another exciting show on the Women of Power Radio Show. Donna Corbett, thank you for joining us. Miriam, how are you tonight? Shantae Younger, we got Virginia in the house. Hey, lady. Thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, as you can see, Brittany Williams, thank you for joining in. She says, good evening, everybody. So yeah, we've got another exciting show for you guys.
All right. I hope y'all are ready and took the time to share the video.
I'm not in I'm in weird groups.
Are you trying to find a relationship group?
Yeah, I'm not in a relationship.
Oh yeah. So if y'all are in any of those relationship groups or groups for singles, dating with purpose, any of those where y'all just be talking about relationships, love, dating, and all of that, make sure you share the video in there too so we can bring more people in the room. Because again, the more, the better.
The merrier.
Diverse perspective. So I don't know which one y'all want to start with. You know, normally we like to ask y'all, I don't know, or do y'all have a preference? We have a young viewer who wrote in and she said, help, my boyfriend is too sweet to me and I don't know how to process it. That lets us know right there that she's probably been in a lot of toxic relationships. How many of you can relate? Where you kind of panic a little bit? Well, we'll get into that. Or do y'all want to go with the other one about how long is too long to be talking before you actually get into a relationship? Even though Kasha don't necessarily believe in relationships, just roll with it for tonight.
I believe in relationships, but I just believe you're single, until you're married. And that is a relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend is not really, it's an agreement.
So do y'all have a preference? What y'all want to jump into first? Any preference? Y'all have a preference?
Hey, Jaylyn, how you doing tonight?
First one?
The first one is how long is too long to be dating the same person if you both desire commitment? And the second one is help, my boyfriend is too sweet to me. I don't know how to process it.
I used to struggle with it.
Me too. So that's what I said. So y'all want to do that one first?
Yeah.
Or y'all want to do this?
Yeah, let's jump
how
in.
long? Someone, she said how long is too long?
Okay, and then she said that's the most toxic thing I know because that's me.
So I guess we'll go with the toxic one first. There we go. All right. So reintroduction. We have a listener who wrote in and she said, hey, I really need y'all's help. I got into this relationship. We've been together for almost a year, but he's so sweet to me and I don't know how to process it. So again, some of us have been there. We can relate. Have you ever been in a situation where, you're just so used to the dysfunction, like when dysfunction becomes functional and normal to you, to where now all of a sudden you're expecting some kind of drama, you're expecting some kind of attitude, some kind of reaction, and they just so calm and just so sweet. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. I've been there before. Of course, I'm healed now. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. But I can definitely relate. Zoe, you want to touch on that? Because I remember she said she was used to being thrown up and wanting him to throw up against the wall or something. I remember.
So the nice part, okay, so I wouldn't necessarily say that now with with men that are nice, because I've learned to appreciate men being nice. But back then, I think because of, I'm not gonna say how I was raised or anything like that, I just felt like really nice men were soft, and I felt like if I could and I can't dang. So my whole mindset has changed, because I'll be like, I was gonna say, if I could run over you, then I don't need to be with you. But just because they're nice don't mean you can run over them.
Oh, girl, I don't know why I thought about running over with a car.
Not with a car. So I just, It just was a turnoff to me to be like, it actually used to make my skin crawl.
And that's the thing. And even to this day, I see that so much. Even like I have nieces that are 16, 15, and they were having a conversation about how, and this is once again so petty, but the whole light skin, dark skin thing.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them made a comment and said, yeah, because you know at school they always talking about like when it comes to boyfriends, when we do get one, even though we're not allowed to date a dark skin because light skinned boys can't fight because they're soft. And I was like, where does that even come from? But just the mentality of the fact that we can sit here and say, oh, if you show emotion or if you're too sweet, because for example, I don't know if any of y'all can relate, if you've ever been in a relationship and you're used to the toxic, let's say if you know how you handle conflict and you're used to someone giving you a reaction where they'll argue with you and you get with someone who's just so calm, that it doesn't bother them, they don't give into that, then you feel like, dang, he doesn't care about me because I'm used to like him like getting angry with me or, you know, even getting physical, at least maybe muffing me just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, the little...
No,
or even pushing you, you know. I'm just saying, not necessarily my, because I've been in that situation, but for me, it was just kind of like mine was more so the reaction. Like he was just so calm, and I was just, it just threw me because I'm like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? Because like
I don't even know how to function in this atmosphere.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
My.
So,
well, let me give a shout out. Hey, Rakita, Chris, thank you for joining us on tonight. Relissa, how you doing, Relissa Farmer? Jacqueline Stevens, thank you for tuning in. Tiffany Butler, what's
Dr. Long is on here. We haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
Hey, Dr. Long. Otis Claiborne, the second. How you doing? Tanisha Massenberg, thank you for tuning back into the Women of Power Radio Show. So we are talking about the questions going on the bottom of the screen, and we're open to any comments you may have.
There's nothing wrong with a nice guy. I think it just depends on where your mind is at that time. And I think, like you said, because we're either used to toxic relationships or that's what we see. That's the way that we think men are. And I've seen a lot of women down nice men so bad, but we tolerate the ones that disrespect us, and then we cry about it after we've been done wrong in a relationship, and we beg to have had somebody that did us right. What we had, they were just too nice for us. But my thing is, what is too nice?
That's what needs to be established, is what do you consider nice? And my thing is, even after you have your definition, what makes being nice so wrong, right? Because I've seen, you know, I've had friends, especially even in college, where they're used to, like, the drama is exciting. Let's just be honest. When it comes down to even movies and when we grow up, the bad boy, if you grew up in the suburbs, when you're young, you want to date a dude who's in the hood or he's constantly going in and out of jail. For some reason, it feels like drugs. Okay, making drops, you know what I'm saying? It feels kind of exciting. Like you're living life on the edge a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't a thug unless you sell drugs.
You have a man who is hardworking, like the video that went viral not too long ago. I don't know if y'all saw, where they were talking to two women and they asked them, would you rather have a guy who kind of has his own business or is in the streets, who has money accessible to him, whenever you need something he can give it to you, or would you rather have a guy who has just as much money but he works a 9 to 5? And crazily enough, they were both saying, especially one of them in particular was saying how she feels like if you don't have your own business or you're not in the streets or whatever, it's not exciting and you really don't have access like to money and you can't spoil her the way she would want you to. So for her, if you're not an entrepreneur, like, she looks down on you in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
She wants somebody that's going to jail, probably.
The excitement, I feel like, I don't know what it is wrong, but you know, again,
but I think they get that idea from like the movies they see, the music they
we have the wrong idea of what masculinity is. And so when we see anything outside of the misogynistic masculinity, then it's like, oh, he's soft. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's not accurate.
Right. And you know what I was thinking about is the song by Jasmine Sullivan, I'm in Love with Another Man.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. The video, even you saw the video?
No.
That's a perfect example. Like the dude, so I don't know if, again, Jasmine Sullivan was in love with another man, okay? And she has this guy who's so sweet to her and shows him spoiling her, taking her on dates, doing the rose petals, leaving candles, giving her massages. Then she has this other dude where literally they're arguing. He's choking her up against the wall, but it gets that choke turns into a kiss and into lovemaking, the whole nine. So it's like that exciting drama. He don't do anything for her, can't help her with anything, but he's only good for one thing. But because he's in the streets and it's that drama, she leaves the good guy proposes. The good guy proposes to her, and she tells him no.
She tells him
and goes to the bad one. Yeah, and she even says, and I know it doesn't think it's not even right. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but it is what it is, and that's exactly what we see. That's what's going on. Donna said dysfunctional. I said dysfunctional.
Yes.
These I say is taking me out.
Absolutely.
Otis said, I believe it's a fear of a boring, normal life.
We got a lot of fear.
Routine. I guess some people just
You
don't
know,
want
what's
it.
wrong with boring, normal? Well, I'll put it this way. Your life is what you make it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's boring, you can always spice it up. Look, go on vacation, go kayaking, go jet skiing. You don't have to be pushed up against a wall with a hand around your throat for your life to be exciting, or going and putting money on books for your life to be exciting. There's a whole lot. Listen, as a Christian woman, it's a whole lot of things you can do to have an exciting life. It don't have to be dangerous, illegal, or
I'm
detrimental to your health.
Gonna say this too. Even though we're not supposed to have sex, that was a big part too, because when you dealing with a very kind of aggressive assertive person, you get turned on by that.
Yeah.
And you like,
that's why I said the choke turns into
sex gonna be fire. You know, that's back in the day. But when you get to like a real nice person that's soft and stuff like that, it almost makes you think of like a love-making scene in the cornfield or something like that.
Girl,
well, I think when you're younger, your priorities are definitely different.
Yeah.
Like, what's important to you? Like at that young age, it may be about where all those bees come from.
It came from the cornfield.
What happened?
I don't know.
They came from the cornfield.
I don't know, but a swarm of bees just came in here.
I wonder if you can change the background while we live.
I can't
give them a little
Oh
treat.
my!
She's gonna give y'all a little treat real quick.
Oh, okay. She gonna give them a treat. I hope it's not a blurry.
At least this one doesn't look like it ain't supposed to look like that.
Anyway, for those of you that just jumping on, hey JJ Jones, what's up? Uhuru Rojo, aka T. Antonio, what's up? Thank you for joining us on tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, Erasmus is back with us. Thank you for joining us on tonight, Erasmus. So for those of you that are just jumping on, we are actually talking about what's scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
And we actually have a lot of comments too.
Yeah.
All right. So Jasmine Stevens said, if he puts the toilet seat down, he's a keeper. That's a sign of nice to me.
Okay.
I worked with her. She's such a sweetheart.
Tiffany said, it might be a thought too that the niceness is covering up something crazy he's hiding.
But
That's projection, though. That's projection.
Why can't he just be a regular
But here's the
schmegular?
thing: what is too nice first? Like, what is
Well,
that?
if you're used to dysfunction, anything is too nice. It's
Yeah.
suspect.
You
Like,
know what you
oh,
are,
he
right?
brought me flowers. What do he want?
Exactly.
You know,
That's exactly her thought
what
process.
is she
Is that,
saying?
because that's what she's saying. The niceness is covering up something. So in your mind, that's a reflection of some things that you've been through, right? That you're not healed from. Because now everyone's a suspect to you, right? So when someone does something nice, just like I used to talk about with self-esteem and compliments, rather than someone just be like, oh, hey girl, you look good, and saying, oh girl, thank you, and your mind's like, oh, you trying to throw shade? Or if a dude says, what does he want? You want to sleep with me? I'm not know all he's saying is you're beautiful, baby girl. That's it. But
Right.
because we've been through some things that we're not healed, we heal that through a filter of feelings and emotions of stuff, and then all of a sudden it turns into this. When really he just being nice. That's
And
all.
you gotta check your lens, y'all. Just like a photographer when he's doing a photo shoot, he gotta check his lens, make sure it's clean, make sure there's no residue from the last photo shoot. You gotta check what lens you're filtering your information through.
Right.
Because if you're filtering your information through a lens of hurt and disappointment and all of these delusions and different things like that, then it's gonna skew everything that you see. And so you may have the nicest guy in the world, but because your lens is colored with your past relationships, you will never see him and see the value in him.
Right.
So,
And people I think too, what's important is that we have to be taught that nice is okay. You know, because a lot of times it's not even about dealing with hurt or traumatic, toxic relationships. We used to those crazy relationships, but we're just not taught that it's okay, you know, to have somebody that's nice, that doesn't have to raise their voice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a matter of just being taught to.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie,
we
nice
get used
was.
to dysfunction. We get used to it.
Donna says she's watching Love and Hip Hop. Nope. Erasmus, hey, he said y'all are looking beautiful.
Thank you so much, Erasmus.
True Kasha.
Thank you.
Tiffany said that's definitely one of my relatives rejected a guy because of a house and a good job.
Wait, what? Read that again.
One of your relatives rejected a guy because of a house and a good job.
Because he had one or he didn't.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I came across some men that actually had it together when I was a little bit younger, and it was just like it was not
attractive
at all. They had a full-time job. The police officer that I dated was actually a really good guy. Had his head on his shoulder and everything.
Sergeant Alvarez.
his name was. I
Don't
can't
even
say
say his
that.
name.
No,
But no, yeah, he was a really good guy.
the question I have is, are you saying that they just happen to have a house and a good job, but you are just with them in themselves, you aren't attracted to them, or you're saying the fact that they had a house and a good job made them unattractive? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's one thing to say, okay, well, yeah, I've met guys who do have a lot going for them. I'm just not attracted to them. It has nothing to do with the fact that they have a house and a good job. Or you're saying because they had that, it made them unattractive to you. Zenobia?
Huh?
Is it because?
Oh.
I said, is it because they had a good job and a house that made them unattractive, or you're saying they just happened to have those things, you just weren't attracted to them?
You know, he was a really good looking guy. He was, but I just was so used to just having crazy relationships. You know what? And then I was used to dealing with men that acted like they didn't want me. And I was more turned on by that than for a man to I was scared to be with a grown man. That's really what it was.
Oh.
He had a full-time job. He had a career. He talked to me like a grown man. He pulled out my chair. He opened my car door. All of that. It made my skin crawl.
What?
Yeah, but no. Because at that time I was like, no, this is too much. I thought that was too much for me at that age. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on.
I just want to have fun. You making me feel like a wife. Bye.
Who? Yeah, no, I didn't want to just have fun. I just wanted him to. I knew he couldn't be too rough for being a police officer. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Otis said also reality shows have a huge influence on our perspective of relationships today.
True.
That is
Facts.
true.
Yeah. And the music. You know, somebody was talking about that, how the love songs today are nothing like
trash.
When you go back and listen to
love songs today.
When you go back and listen to like songs from the 70s and 80s, I mean, it was about love, it was about romance, it was about all these different things. And now it's just about, well, I don't even want to talk about what it's about, but y'all know what it's about. But these are not true love songs. These are, let's get into bed and let's make something pop out.
There are no love songs. Now we just have smash songs and trap music. That's it.
I'm so glad sometimes I catch my kids when they're in the shower. I walk by and work and be singing like Jodeci or something, like, you know, there are some appropriate songs, I think, but she'll be singing just real old school songs of like Jordan and Malika, because for me that really tells you about love. There's not probably just a few of like the her songs, but you know. You talking about Marvin now? You talking about Marvin now?
Luther Vandross.
Yeah, I got that. I got the patties in my
Al
phone.
Green.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Temptations.
ZZ Hill.
Oh yeah.
Hey, she was. What is it? Cheating
in the next room.
Cheating in
the next room.
Or what's her name? Betty Wright. She had all the
Yeah,
making plans to see you.
So everything Otis that's coming in is whether it's reality TV, music,
Otis.
Talking softly on the telephone.
Nobody here to see you, Otis.
That's ZZ Hill.
Oh, okay.
Raquel said, "Nice guys make the best husbands, and they are teachable in all areas because they typically are pleasers."
Raquel,
that's true.
But is that good?
Do you know one?
Would you know? Is that good yet? Well, pleasers not to their detriment, but pleasers that they want to see you happy.
Because nobody wants, like I think somebody said it earlier, nobody wants somebody that just does everything you say.
It says teachable, I would assume
that you know how sometimes the brothers that are hardcore and think
in their ways,
prideful,
not a lot of compromise.
You can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when you talk to me like that. Well, that's the way I talk. But what she's saying is that they're teachable, meaning like you can teach them, you know, how
you
to
can have a conversation.
They're open.
They'll be open to resolution.
Right.
As opposed to
they're not just stuck like in the, you know.
Yeah.
So I've had nice guys, but I need a really nice guy.
Zoe.
I'll be on the lookout.
I need a grown man.
Yeah. JJ Jones said, "If I could forget him, I would." Come on with the lyrics, JJ.
She put the whole lyric on there, the whole thing too.
Please believe me, and I know that I should.
I don't know the song.
Throw the towel in, but baby, it's not that easy. Hey, you treat me so much better than him. And if I was sane, there'd be no competition. But I'm in love with someone else.
And that's the key thing. My dad even mentioned that about the song. He's like, she even said, if I was sane, meaning I know I'm not thinking right.
Yeah. But
so that's my answer to the question.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears.
Antonio Sanders, what's going on?
I'm scared of your voice.
Antonio said, when men talk, we see the nice non-alpha men as not leaders for a relationship of any sort. Alpha males is what she's seeking in her and her have nice ways. But this alpha male presence stands out.
True. And women tend to lean towards men that are, exemplify strength. But I think it needs to be a healthy balance.
Can an alpha male be a sweet person still? Because an alpha male is just a person that kind of like leads, right? Or
right. I mean, they can be a sweet person as well.
Thank you,
but maybe
Shantae.
Not this sweet she.
Because they hate on my vocals all the time.
Shantae Younger said yes. Donna said cornfield. Tiffany said because he had a house and a good job, but kept messing with the guy who broke in her apartment.
If that ain't Jasmine
you know
Sullivan,
what? I ain't gonna lie. At one point in my life, that would have turned me on. Him breaking into my apartment.
Thank the Lord for deliverance.
Yeah.
Listen. Because the decisions we made when we were younger, hot mess. There was reminds me, even there was another video. It was a TikTok video that was being funny, basically calling out the guys who are like good guys. So it shows like this man who's whining and dining. He flies this girl out. They're in a whole other country. He's taking her to dinner. They're sipping champagne. It's like he tries to feed her grapes and she moves out the way. He goes in for a kiss. She moves out the way, but he's steady spoiling her. So finally he pulls up in a limo. They're back in America, drops her off at home. He tries to get one last kiss after he gives her some roses. She moves out the way, like swerves on him and is like, I'm okay, thank you. So as soon as he gets back in the car, this hood dude, boxer showing, no shirt on, comes riding up on his bike. And it's like, baby, she's like, oh my gosh, I missed you. And she runs and gives him a kiss and a hug. And the dude is standing right there. And
wait, the other dude was still there?
Yes. So the whole point was like how women sometimes we can be so cute. Nice guys finish last. Like he sat here, whined and dined. The girl was just really putting up with her, really trying. And she did not care. But then this dude who has nothing to offer, she even rides off on the back of his bike. Like old school, he's holding on to his shoulders, and then he takes her, and then she throws the flowers on the ground, and he's standing there looking like, so this is what you want? But
it's funny, but it's sad.
Yeah, because that's what's going on.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's sad.
I ain't gonna lie too. I was not physically attracted to that person all the way either. So I think that has a big part to play.
So if he was fine but had those characteristics,
because it wasn't necessarily the toxic relationship that I was used to and stuff like that. But I was like, dang. Why the nice guy's got to be the one that I'm not really attracted to?
Okay, so then that's more so attraction, not
right?
Because the true test is when they actually meet your physical standards, and then they have those things. Then you can honestly say, okay, I don't like them, even though. But if you already weren't attracted to them, then I would say this is not.
Man, if I would have had like a Kofi,
girl, if anybody would have had a Kofi, Ghana, stand up, okay. Go to Ghana in December if you haven't got your ticket already.
You know who Kofi is?
Yes, everybody knows who Kofi is.
She don't.
You don't?
I don't know. Maybe. I might know who Kofi is. I'm more of a picture person. Not really I'm good with names, So
well, again, ladies, if you think Kofi is fine, get your ticket to Ghana, okay? Because he's Ghanaian, where I'm from, where my people from in December. All right. Dre Morrison, hey Dre. Dre said, I've actually dealt with this. I was told that I was too nice and she didn't know how to handle it because she was so used. Y'all listen to the whole conversation.
I'm sorry. Wait, but now Dre Morrison is speaking.
She said he okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
I mean, there's people who look better than him. He's handsome. You think he's like the creme de la creme? He ain't the creme de la creme.
His brother is. Okay, Dre Morrison.
Dre said, I've actually dealt with this. I was told that I was too nice and she didn't know how to handle it because she was so used to toxic relationships. But thankfully, my spiritual and mental foundations are solid and I didn't let that move me.
That's good.
Yeah.
So he's been the nice guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suck? Like, if people don't realize, because I'm not going to say I was a nice girl.
Did it ever make you feel like switching sides though? Because you know how they have that saying like good girl gone bad. Like guys, when you are a nice guy and you get treated any kind of way, or you get put on the back burner, does that make you feel like, you know what, I'm about to go out and be a menace?
No, but what I was thinking too, when you flip to the other side, like if you dating a bad girl and have a nice girl, do you choose the bad one over the nice one?
Yes, guys. I've been on the other end of that. I've been the nice girl.
I've been the nice girl a lot of times.
Yes.
They chose
the crazy girl, because some guys like that. Like I'm talking about, she was busting his windows out of his car. She was keying stuff. She violent.
That's probably
okay. It kept going back. Yeah, and it'd be like, oh, she's so crazy. She's so next thing you know, MIA. And then, because she came back and blah blah. And it was constant. After a while, I was like, you know what? You like toxic. I'm just going.
I threw that pink paint on that white truck. It was over. It's still pink paint in the street to this day.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
JD said y'all better say.
I ain't like that no more though.
Shantae said,
I guess I am a nice girl.
I got your back.
Oh my.
Natasha
You're gonna need her
Williams.
back and her front and her
Hey.
vocal cords.
Oh, she's tagging somebody. I was like, okay, Karuna.
Hey, Tanya Renee Shaw, thank you for joining us on
Donna-
tonight.
Have you guys shared? We can tell if you guys have
Donna
shared.
said I am
Share.
a menace.
Have you-
Donna,
I believe it.
you want to take this one?
Yeah, Tiffany Butler says you can't be. When you're generally nice, you try to flip and just can't. You really can't.
You talking about when you're just a nice person?
Right.
You,
like
yeah, you
it's-
can't be.
Right.
Well, you mean switch and turn to like a savage? Yes, you can.
I was gonna
Well,
say that's
I'm
why I
saying-
stopped. That's why I
I'm about to
stopped
stop
talking. I
that.
was like,
Babe, let me tell you something. In college,
No,
I did
I
that.
don't think she means like flip, like become like a crazy person. I think she means flip and like become this exciting, like dangerous person.
You can.
Right.
I have.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. I did it.
That's why I
Like,
had
Yeah,
stop
but
talking.
what would make you flip though?
What you
What
mean?
would make you
I'm
heartbreak?
saying,
And I get
yeah,
this thing
that's
cycles after a while.
different.
No, so that's why you be like on some revenge. Like I don't care anymore. I'm not going to put all this effort, have these high expectations. I'm just going to be out here and act like the dudes.
That's true.
I've definitely done that because in
I've
college,
done that.
Oh, you can tell me nothing.
I
I
flipped
got
the
my
script.
heart, bro.
I got tired of being nice.
Me too. I was like, y'all want ratchet and crazy? Say less.
You know.
Marcus said definitely makes you think about it, but integrity should keep you.
Thank
It
you, Marcus
should.
Wilson.
Thank you, Marcus.
It should, but
Mhm.
you
It
know,
should.
this flesh got a way of waking up. Otis Claiborne said, I tried to flip from a nice person too, and I failed miserably.
I think it's impossible because it's not in you.
I have done it. How y'all
I mean, okay, so I put it this way. I know that
Now you
people
know it
can
remain that
become.
way.
I mean, I know people can become so emotionally entrenched that they will do things that they would not normally do out of hurt, out of anger, and I mean, I've done something that I thought I would never do,
What'd you
and
She just skim over it real quick. Yeah. What'd you do?
So I was dating this guy. We were pretty serious. This was years ago. And it's funny because I had just came from church service.
Uh-huh.
And when I came, he had told me that this person he was buying a truck with was coming down from Louisiana. So when I went to the door, she opened the door. And I was like,
Oh, he
okay.
left out the fact it was a female.
Right. So I was like, okay. And so I was like, hey, I'm Kasha. She said, I don't know what she said. So I went to his room to like take my stuff, and I see another bag in there. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm like fixing my hair. He upstairs in the movie room. And she comes in and says, we both sleeping in here.
Wait, who is we both?
She means like you and her.
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know you.
Right. But with him.
Oh, wait, what?
Right. So I go in his drawer and I get his 9mm. And I go upstairs and I'm like, safe.
That's when you was crimping. They could.
This was a long time ago, y'all. But I know how you could get in a situation that would just make you flip.
Snap. That's why
And
we have snap.
What made me unsnap was when I did like this, and then a bullet popped up and hit me on my arm. And then I was like, oh, snap, what
I'm
am
not
I
about that
doing?
life.
Yeah, I'm not about this life. And yeah, but he ended up getting shot anyway. But it wasn't by me. Okay.
Oh, so eventually not that
No,
same
that's
night.
not.
What?
It's a long story.
Wait, so
I'll
wait,
tell
how
another
did who
time.
She shot him?
The girl shot him?
No. So when I after I left, after I came to myself and went out, I just started throwing stuff in my purse and I threw the gun in my purse. So when I got ready to leave, he was like, give me my gun. And so I had like this long, big Louis with the drawstring at the top. So he kept reaching in my purse and I was holding my purse. And he kept reaching in there and the
Set
gun
it
went
off.
out and shot him, went through his arm. And yeah, so, and then he was like, take me to the hospital. I said, tell her, take me to the hospital. And all that.
Did she take him to the hospital?
He
No, the
probably
ambulance-
did. She never checked
No, the ambulance came, and then the police came and they asked me to come back because they wanted to see if I shot him. And
on purpose.
it was a big, yeah. They ran a test on my hand, but that's why.
Okay, forensic file. Let me find out, girl. Y'all gotta
Oh
be careful.
my, yeah. But
Are
that
you
was
cool
just.
with the guy to this day? Are y'all cool?
I mean, we cool. I don't.
I'm
talk
saying
to
like
him.
y'all, like if y'all see each other, be like,
Yeah.
No, ain't no bad
He
blood.
actually came and begged for me back after that.
See, because
Cause
guys
he's
like
like,
crazy.
right.
See, that's exactly. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Let
He
me
came
go shoot
straight from the
somebody.
hospital to my house.
Who got a gun? Let me shoot somebody real quick.
Okay. And
I
Tanya
know
said
that.
maybe she's young and needs older women to hang with to show her it's okay for a man to be nice and respectful.
And that's probably what it is. Antonio's immaturity.
You
that's
know what?
I was
I
saying.
ain't gonna even say maybe she need older people sometime, because I done seen some folks up in age that still ain't nice, and still like even the women.
He needs older, wiser women.
Yeah.
Not just older.
He needs. I was say.
He need what?
No, how she said older women. He probably means older and wiser, not just older.
Right, not by age. Right, more mature.
Yeah. Antonio talking, so he's talking.
Natasha said, "Yes, you can flip when a woman's fed up." Okay, R. Kelly said it, and he knows.
Come on here, Natasha.
Trust me, he knows. That's why he in jail.
Y'all coming up with all these songs tonight. Y'all want us to sing. That's
Brittany
what it
said,
is.
"Oh, you gangster." Okay. We both sleeping here.
That was my past. Come on, Brittany. That was my past.
Oh.
You know, so I don't want to scare off any potential suitors. You know, I can't promise.
Wait, when she said we both sleeping in here, like, was it like a we both sleeping in here?
Or was it like a players club?
How did she say it? Like, was it like Ronnie?
Yes, I'm saying.
Was aggressive. It was aggressive.
How did
she wanted to make it clear that I'm sleeping in here as well.
But I'm saying, how did she say it? Like, cause you asked.
She came. Well, she had this Louisiana accent. You know how they talk, baby. You know. We both sleeping in here. And I was like,
we both sleeping in here, baby.
No, we're not. But I don't even need to talk to you. This ain't your house. Let me go talk to the owner of the house. And I went right upstairs. And he tried to play like he was asleep. Oh, he woke up.
What was she doing when he accidentally shot himself?
She was just standing right there. And then she was like, and I was just like, thank you. Give me my purse.
I'm glad she didn't sleep with you that day. Mia said, okay, we both sleeping in here. The gun went off. Y'all always have a secret crazy story every Tuesday.
Listen,
these past be colorful, girl.
We can't make this stuff up, Minya. Seriously.
Kia said, dudes like crazy, I swear. They think it's cute in the beginning. Not really. It can get hectic. I'm in a split second.
No, she said she split second. Like she can go clean and
Oh, I'm split second. 0 to 100.
Like a split second. Okay, a split second crazy.
Yeah.
In a split second. Come on here.
Raquel, you want to get this one?
Yeah.
How many of the women who like the bad boys didn't have a good present father? Me.
My father was very present.
My father was
like
still
we were
present.
in the me too. We were in the suburbs.
I never really like was attracted to the bad boys. I just okay. So this is I never have really like pursued a man or chose a man, if that makes sense. Like you know, I like. You got chose type situation. Yeah. I've never really chosen anyone. I've always been chosen, if that makes sense. And then like once people like get their eye on me, they determined to like lock me down. And so that was pretty much my whole youth is just getting locked down by somebody I didn't even know if I liked like that or had time to even discover it, because it was like one day and like we together, like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my parents were strict and my father was very present. But again, for me, it was just like, you know, the school we went to, it was like we grew up in private school. It wasn't until 6th grade that I got a taste of the public school system to begin with. So for me, it was just exciting because I'm used to all these like very meek, quiet, you know, it was just a whole different environment. So it's like, oh, okay. So by the time I got to high school, I'm like, oh, it would be interesting to like talk to one of these wild children because you know, I'm used to. Yeah, it was just a different environment. So yeah, I definitely went for the
Your daddy named Tony.
Did you?
Yeah.
You just gravitated.
I just like we met at the mall. You know, Parks Mall used to be a little hangout spot back in the day. But yeah, I met him at the mall, and after that, it was like I never looked back. And I told y'all in the past, we was ratchet out there. You know, we thought it was so fun to even just go be in the hood, and you know, there was time when people would come and be shooting by, and it was just crazy. We were making drops for the dude, drug deals, like the whole night, being at the trap house and thinking it was so much fun because it was just so exciting. You know what I'm saying? You know, in high school, you have what is that job corps? Not job corps, where you get out of school early because you're supposed to go to work. You know,
work
the work, something like that. Half the time I was working, half the time I wasn't. You know what I mean? So it was bad. But
I hope your mama watches tonight.
She knows. She knows. Like,
but I think I wasn't necessarily attracted that much to the dope dealer because I was the dope dealer. So
OG.
Yeah.
She packed stuff on a plane.
Hey,
like fed time.
Hey, oh, it's been 20 years.
Yeah, it's been 20 years. Statute of limitations are over.
But yeah, so yeah.
Wait,
but I will say this.
No.
I've only been broken up one time. I've only been broken up with one time in my whole life. And if I tell y'all why he broke up with me, y'all gonna laugh. He was a blood and I was a Crip. Okay. And what happened was one of his homeboys got killed. and they were going to ride for him. So he wanted to break up with me so they didn't come after me when they got revenge. Yeah.
Ain't this the most hood Romeo and Juliet story you've never heard?
He protected you.
Yeah, he protected me. And then he tried to come back to me, but my mind was already like, we're over. So I couldn't.
But he protected you.
I know.
You should have married him.
Now, because she still be cripping. Miriam
Like,
says,
there's that beat to where people knew y'all was dating each other and y'all was in different sets.
Yeah.
Miriam says, so y'all sleeping in here together in the same bed with the man?
That's
Nah.
Tasha.
She wanted to sleep. The other girl wanted to sleep in the same bed with her, right?
No.
But then
I
Kasha let that go down because she cracked her bed.
I don't think she wanted to sleep with me.
She just said
She was trying to make it known that she's sleeping with him.
Yeah.
That's what the deal was, Miriam. She wanted me
But
to know.
she was
that
from
she
New
was sleeping
Orleans,
with
so
him.
ain't no telling what would have happened. All we know is it didn't happen.
Listen.
why Mary Martin, every time she get on her first word is blessings, but after that, the whole comment section with her is gonna be totally different from blessings.
Hey, Mary, thank you for joining us. What's up, Cliff? Cliff Sparks.
She said, baby, Tony was present for us all.
That's why I asked you what your
That's
daddy
my
named
daddy. Yeah, Tony, my dad was, they were strict. Boy. Yeah. But I was whipping that little bucket in high school. I did not care. Miriam said wild children.
Oh, Mary, I know you ain't calling us wild.
Miriam, I be seeing your posts sometimes about
yes,
your
Fort
dad.
Worth bound.
Right.
Nana, we did way too much too young. Yeah, we was out there.
Kia, you coming out
We
here?
was wild. Huh?
She said Fort Worth.
No, that's what we in high school. That's when he was from Fort Worth. Like we used to stay in
Oh.
the hood in Fort Worth. Like she was with us. That's why she said we were doing too much. Cliff said, "LOL, Mary."
Oh, look at this
blessings.
little baby.
Hey y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's his baby, the new baby?
mhm.
Oh.
These babies grow up so fast. Oh my God. So pretty much our listener, which I don't even know if we helped her.
What was the question? Hold on.
Right.
So how to process it?
Wait, how to process what?
The fact
That she doesn't. We have not helped her at all. We
Wait,
all
we have not. I'm
Wait, what's
sorry.
the
We don't
question?
win-
What's the
we don't
question?
She said,
say-
"Help! My boyfriend is too sweet, and I don't know how to process it." And we haven't even talked about nothing deep.
Well,
how
one
she
thing
gonna-
I can tell you is don't approach him about it and say, I just think you're too nice, too sweet. It's not fair to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not fair to try to change somebody to meet that side. You know,
Yeah.
leave him.
What? No, I don't think you should leave him.
No, what?
No.
Okay, so if
She wants to know how to process it.
She just needs to adjust to it.
But how?
Right.
Okay, this is how you do it.
Oh, here we go.
Let him be nice.
Can I give you a
but
drum roll?
it-
Okay, go ahead.
But every once in a while, just tell him slap you. That will weigh out some stuff. So he buy you flowers one day, let him the next day.
No, first of all, do not advocate for abuse.
I mean,
That's not abuse.
That is abuse. It's
No.
okay, so I can say
maybe
right
she
now.
can't
What's
let it
that?
go cold turkey, so she needs steps,
just, yeah, exactly.
until it gets down to.
Slap me just once a week, and then we'll go to something else.
Don't touch me.
Because
Don't.
guess what happened
You
when
might-
he
it
slap?
might
If he
trigger
slap, guess what
something.
happened when he slap you? Ooh, baby.
No,
Slap
not
me.
on your face,
Ooh, baby.
girl. Please.
Hey, you gonna be calling
She
that man?
may-
You gonna be calling that
obviously-
man daddy?
Are you in the S&M? Was that what's going on?
Man, I've seen people die for that.
Really?
This not S&M. I'm slap. No,
Ain't it is? It is.
No, it is.
It is.
It's pain.
Yeah.
yeah,
that-
because like I seen people.
It
get
stands
slapped.
for what is that
Well, I
long
haven't
word? If
seen
anybody
it.
knows it, you can
You
type it.
saw
I
it.
forgot what it's called.
I
You
ain't-
saw it.
I ain't seen
She
nobody
saw
die.
it.
But they pay a lot of money.
Who does?
The people who like to be slapped and whipped, they pay you a lot of money just to whoop them. Because
True.
a lot of them are like
True.
execs who are in power and they want to
Yeah.
feel like they're
Like,
not in power for a
yes.
minute. Yeah.
You
Because
know
they was
what's
recruiting in
disgusting? All
college.
those people, the ones.
Oh
that,
yeah, bestiality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just the
sleeping with animals. Yeah.
Kids
I'm
said,
sorry. Where are we?
What? Can we focus?
What has happened?
She's talking about sleeping with animals.
No, Kids said they may not have a conversation about expectations. She's not used
Oh,
to
my
being a
face hurts.
prize. It may
Mhm.
not end well, and he may end up scorned in the end.
That's
So
true.
they need to have that
So
conversation.
Kia, what would you tell her right now? Would you tell her you're not ready for him? And maybe you should go and heal and find out what a healthy relationship is before connecting with him? or do you have some sort of advice to help her while she's in it?
But maybe she don't need to be healed. Maybe she just not turned on by him being extra nice. Because
No.
what if it's not a toxic? That it was a toxic
The
relationship.
hashtag says raised toxic. So maybe she grew up with parents that were abusive verbally, physically with each other. Maybe she's been in relationships where kind of like your situation, where like, you grew up in unhealthy relationships.
Yeah.
And so when you meet someone that comes from a place of healthy relationships, that healthy can be foreign to you because you only used to toxic.
You know what it reminds me of? It's almost like when you live in the hood and you always used to like police or gunshots or fighting and stuff, and then you move to the other side of town and it's so quiet. That can be the most uncomfortable thing that brings anxiety out of the woodworks.
The quiet.
The quietness is no noise. And so that reminds me of what that is. You have a toxic relationship and then bam.
So what do you do? Move back to the hood or do you adjust?
No, you know what? You just have to adjust. Sometimes you can't just pull away and be like, give me time to heal. Sometimes you just work through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it doesn't work for everybody.
So she wants to know, what's the process?
The process is work through it, adjust. I would say talk to him and let him know, not that he's being too nice, but just kind of give him a little history about, what you probably may have went through or something like that. Some people do understand. And then on Fridays, tell him to slap you.
But let me tell y'all something. Do you notice how like sometimes when you tell a person, like, okay, let's say, for example, this guy is always bringing you gifts and you feel uncomfortable because you're not used to gifts. So then you say, hey, I know you're a gift giver, but I'm not really comfortable getting all these gifts. But then when you're ready for the gifts, he's not giving the gifts no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you told him to stop. And then it's hard to sometimes turn things back on that you turned off. So I think you should just keep getting those gifts and just.
I mean, I think there needs to be a conversation, not so much so for. I feel like there needs to be a conversation, right? And the reason why I say this is because depending on you feeling like you don't know how to process it, it makes me think that even your reaction might even be off to him, right? So if he's doing something really sweet for you, maybe he bought you a dress wants to take you out, you could be really dry in your reaction. And so it might even be putting him off to where he's second guessing himself, thinking like, man, I'm going all out for this girl. She acts like she doesn't appreciate anything, but it's not that you don't appreciate it. You honestly just don't know how to process it. So for that reason, you should have a conversation with him so that you can put his mind at ease and you all can both be at the same page so he can understand you. Okay, you know what? I'm not taking it personal. I understand that she's been through some things. So I have to love a little different when it comes to me showing her how I appreciate her and understand her reactions, because she has to work her way up to being completely comfortable to be vulnerable with how she really feels. Until then, this is the reaction I'm going to get. So he also is not feeling like, man, I'm doing all this for nothing. So I feel like definitely have a conversation. If you all are serious enough, go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy to have someone in between, a mediator who can get your feelings out to him and you all just get out there and work on it. Because I feel like at the end of the day, if he's been around for, I guess, almost a year and you've been not knowing how to process it this long, I feel like you may potentially have someone who will stick it out with you in the long run. So
I never even thought about how you presented it, about how she may react to him and how he may receive it.
Oh, because I was that girl. That's why I say that, because I was the one who, my reaction was dusty. And they were getting real offended. Like, what is wrong? And I'm like, I realize, it's me. It's not anything with you. It makes me uncomfortable again. Because like I said, I came from a place of the domestic violence and all of that stuff with the self-esteem and whatever, to where compliments and you being sweet to me, it made me put my guard up rather than be like, oh, wow, that means he's really interested in me. It's like, what does he want from me? Why are you bothering me? Like, leave me alone. Why do you keep trying to check? Why do you want to see me again? I already saw you last week and we don't need to see each other. They're like, girl, what is wrong with you? And that's when I was like, okay, no, there's something wrong with you, girl. So I went to therapy, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. Let's see. Donna said y'all got me cracking up.
Over here.
Kia said she's not honestly ready to be in a relationship. She needs to know what a partnership is supposed to look like.
Right. Exactly. My sentiments exactly.
But couldn't it be that she could still remain in a relationship if she just opens up to him and they can work through it?
If he's got the capability.
Yeah,
but
if he's willing.
If he's just a regular nice guy and he doesn't know how to deal with someone coming from dysfunctionality, you have to give him the opportunity to say, this is not what I want to deal with right now in my life.
Which is why y'all need to have a conversation, because that'll solve.
I agree. Yeah.
Raquel says she should accept it. Women are meant to be treated like queens. Teach him her love language.
But what if her love language is rooted in dysfunctionality? And I think that's what we're dealing with here, right
That's
here.
good.
Her love language is rooted in, so her
It's
love language,
affection,
a couple
but
of slaps,
you know,
right?
It's that type of affection,
right? Or yelling at me, calling me out my name. To her, maybe that's like, oh, he
Passion.
loves me.
That's
right,
considered affirmation
right.
to her.
Yeah. So we got to deal with that aspect as well. But I just want to say, if my future husband is watching, I do like gifts. I do like doors opening. So nice things. So just throwing that out there. Okay, what? Kia.
Oh, you want to take it?
I can't.
She said that Kasha. That Kasha. She may end up, because I had to figure out how she was shooting it.
Okay.
She may end up with someone who will attempt to dog her, and she will feel like she deserves it because of what she did not desire in this relationship. Also,
that part, yeah.
Ain't that crazy how we feel like we deserve to be mistreated?
Ooh, she said if they have a conversation, it may feel like rejection.
And if she's initiating it, how?
I guess if he says, I don't want to work through these problems with you, or I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to walk through this place to get you back to functionality.
Yeah, because like you said, just because he's nice doesn't mean that he's capable of doing something like that. Or he could be capable, he just don't want to. It doesn't change the fact that he's still a nice person. Sure. He could be nice to Susie.
But that's the thing. I feel like that's just part of the gamble, right? Because at the end of the day, what you're doing and your reaction to his niceness could also be viewed from him as rejection as well. And he doesn't know what he's doing wrong that's causing you to not react the way that he would expect you would, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
and you know, I want to say, I was even going to equivalent this to all the parents that are watching that have kids. It's like you desire the best for your kids. You want them to, you know, do good in school. You want them to not eat many sweets. And even though that's your desire for them, if they don't desire that, they're going to end up, you know, have their own personality and go out and do their own thing. So I think it's the same way. Like, he's a nice guy. He wants to bless her. But if that's not her desire, then it's, you know, so last thoughts.
Yeah.
Was that your last thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, to help you process it, young lady, I think that you need to first of all find out how you should be treated and your worth and your value. And that's my thought. I know y'all want to work through it while we're together because we don't want to let go of a good thing. But sometimes it's better to let go, get your life together, and then reconnect at a later time.
Yeah, that's also good. Yeah.
Because do you believe that there's not just one soulmate?
Yes. Absolutely. We're not penguins.
No, say that again, because there's people who'd be like, this is my soulmate. Go ahead.
No, I feel like there's definitely more than one person for you. You just have to make a decision on who that one will be, as opposed to thinking, oh, because again, we're not penguins. Penguins are the ones who have that lifelong mate, right? So if they go out and all of them migrate during that one season and they don't hear their matching call, that means maybe their mate could have got eaten by a whale on the way over there, and they're going to be alone for the rest of their lives. With us, you know, people even get married and their spouse passes away and they still remarry. Yeah. You know, there's definitely can always be someone else. So, you know, don't let that stop you. Even if it's a good thing, you have to be, again, like we talked about last week, whole, okay, and healed. Yourself. Yes, whole and healed. Unless you're going to do somebody some crime scene court shit, okay? Be bleeding on everybody, and we don't want that, okay?
Because the reason why I said that is because, you know, I watch Steve Wilkos, right?
Okay. Know.
Everybody knows I love Steve Wilkos show. I don't know why, because it can be toxic, but I don't know if I'm learning something. I don't know if I'm getting an impartation from that I'm going to need to use maybe on the show or later on in life. But the point is that there are always women on there that bring their man to do a lie detector test to see if he's cheating, and then find out he failed like all the questions, and they're still like, well, I still want to be with him. And Steve be like, but you brought him here to see if he was lying. And she's like, I know, but he's my soulmate and I can't live without him. And
listen,
there will always be, is it safe to say that there will always be someone else? You do not have to sit up and put up with being disrespected, being abused, being spoken to abrasively. You don't have to put up with anything. Let me just throw that out there. There's always someone else. And to be honest with you, you need to learn how to love yourself and being by yourself before you even ready to become one with someone else. Yeah. So if you ain't never been single and you ain't never just been with yourself, you might need to
take retire. A break and do you owe yourself that. You owe whoever that is going to come into your life to give yourself the opportunity to find who you are. You know, that way you can be a better you for whoever, whether it be relational, friendship, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
Mania said, I don't believe in soulmates either. I believe that God gives us a choice. He also gives us wisdom, which we should use when we are preparing for marriage.
Absolutely.
Is the necessity.
And you could find this person simply by studying Kashaology.
Speaking of, did y'all watch the video I sent y'all?
I didn't get to.
What happened?
I don't know if y'all saw the video, right? Because it went viral even on the Shade Room. There's a young woman. That's why I said this is Kashaology at its finest. She did a TikTok video. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Oh,
where she's showing what she did for the day, right? So she's like, yeah. So today I woke up. I made this food, whatever. I took my cat here. I'm going to the grocery store because my boyfriend said he wants pasta, so we're going to be making pasta today. Then I went and I put the pasta or whatever in the kitchen, and then I went on it. He went to work. While he was at work, I went on a date. After I came back from the date, I went back home, and then I finished up making my boyfriend. And so everybody was like, wait a minute, she just smooth went over the fact that, and just showed her she was on a whole date. So what she said is, no, he understands that even though we're in a relationship, that he hasn't put a ring on it. So until I'm married, I'm single. We're single. So everybody was like, wow. Like, so they didn't consider that cheating. Like she said he has the option to also go on dates with other people.
I don't think she should call him her
boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying. But so everybody was just kind of like, and I was like, that more seems like poly
her boyfriend
to me. But then wouldn't that still be the same as Kashaology? I don't know.
No, gave him a whole title.
My boyfriend, we cooking dinner tonight. I mean, it sounded like he lived there.
Yeah, you said he went
to sounded like he lived there. So that is not Kashaology, because trust me, I know she's giving some wifely duties away for free. So in Kashaology, we don't believe in giving wifely duties. We're not washing no dirty drawers. We're not cooking dinner for you and making your lunch to go to work. We're not cleaning up after you. That's what a wife does for her husband.
We're not doing no bedroom worship.
And is that what that's called?
Mm-hmm. This is worship.
They do call it bedroom worship.
Really?
I don't know why.
I have never heard that.
Because it's worship. That's what they say. When in marriage is worship. Wow. Outside of it, you're doing something else.
Okay, yeah, we're not doing any bedroom worship.
Banging in the bedroom.
What?
She sure was. Kia said she was on a whole dating app, matching with folks and all.
What?
Yeah.
The girl?
Yeah, because you remember her and her friend came over and they exchanged phones, so she was matching people for her friends.
Yeah,
she did.
Dang.
I'm talking about she did it so smooth.
Like she said it like,
oh, boyfriend at work.
I'm cooking for him. Right, came back, finished up his food. Like,
and her date looked where they went was pretty nice too. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that was a long TikTok.
Everybody was like,
it went that fast, but it was like you was like, wait, what? But hey, that pasta looked real good at the end of the shrimp pasta she made.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, that basically that was my
yeah. I was gonna say that's a rare find. To find a man who is willing to be in a committed relationship with you and live with you and still allow you to date.
Because he can too, though. So I mean, that's why I say it feels more like a poly thing. Because if y'all are both living together, but you're also allowed to have relationships with other people.
That sounds. What do you call it? Polyamorous? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's not really Kashaology. Because
we're not really in relationships over here.
Right. And Lakia said, yes, ma'am, single till you married. I'll give you 2 snaps. I don't even know if they're doing it anymore, but I'm going to give you 2 snaps.
Yeah. So was that, y'all have, did y'all give y'all closing thoughts on what you should do?
Did I? Yeah.
Okay. So, girl, I hope this helped you if you watch it.
She just wanted to be, she said just let him slap her. That was her.
Right. Oh,
that was her
get
final
slapped
thought.
on Fridays.
Yeah, just get slapped on Fridays, but don't touch me. All right. So I hope that the listener or the person that submitted this question listening on tonight, I hope that we helped you learn how to process it. It sounds like here, Zenobia say find a balance between the ratchetness and the goodness. Nana is saying, look, have a conversation, talk to him, see if y'all can work through it. I'm saying you may need to step away So you're actually getting 3 pieces of advice.
Yeah.
And I think that the way you could process those pieces of advice is
that's the hard part, because we might have confused her even more. Like, you don't know who to go with.
So were you serious with yours?
I'm thinking too, she probably needs to have that discussion with him, because what if he was so nice of a person to where he struggles with putting his foot down and stuff like that? So what if they just need to have that conversation, because there's even some things he wants to work on about being a yes person.
But it doesn't sound like she just said he's sweet. Too sweet.
Trying to help the girl, I don't know.
Okay.
Ma'am, leave him and let him go make somebody else happy while you deal with your mental problems.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Dang, now you're gonna put her in an insane asylum.
I'm trying to help.
So anyway,
y'all don't want her to get slapped. Y'all don't want. Y'all mean,
well, I mean, who wants anybody to get slapped?
We're not taking it there. We're not introducing.
Okay,
she didn't ask for all
you
that.
don't have to be
I
slapped.
believe in role playing.
When you walk out the front, when you walk out the front door, just let him push you a little bit and be like, ooh, you know, I like that.
No.
You know, do something. No, I say, you know, I'd say she just needs to talk to him about it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just talk to him about it. But don't say, babe, I feel like you're too nice. Don't do that, because then that'll make a person pull back and not, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want her to say that.
Yeah, no, don't use the verbiage too nice.
Yeah,
when you have the conversation,
men hate that.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you and just about me and my reaction to certain things, because I'm not used to being in a healthy relationship environment. So the way that I react sometimes, maybe when you do this, I react this, because don't even use the word too nice. Just say you're not used to a healthy relationship environment. Right. So these are the reasons why I do A, B, and C. Just put it like that. Yeah. Mary said she's immature and not ready.
Thank you,
so
Mary.
You also think she should be single for right now.
For 2.
But does that make her immature? I don't think that makes her immature just because she's grown up in a toxic lifestyle. I just thinks that means that she has to learn a little bit, but I don't think it means that she's immature.
Well, I think when you're
because immature is like lacking wisdom. So it's not that she's immature on purpose, you know what I'm saying? She's ignorant in the sense that she just doesn't know. Right. So it does make her immature in a sense, because she's not,
because people look at immature as like this negative connotation that means that you're just a childish. Yeah. And it's not necessarily that. You could be spiritually immature. It doesn't mean you're an infant. It just means that you
haven't grown to your full potential. Yeah. Zenobia says Zenobia ain't finna play with her no more.
I'm trying to help. Go to the next one, because I want to know the answer to that too. What is that? So Mary Martin says, what's the difference between cash allergy and
Oh, Mary, how you gonna mess it up?
What? That's what she did. I thought she was talking about like prostitution or something.
Look, she came back. She said sorry.
I thought she was talking about a trick or something. I was like, wait.
Ain't nobody learning to
No, for real. That's why I was waiting for Nana to go to that question. So I was like, what is cash allergy? She must have been using a speakerphone.
The auto, cash allergy. Wow.
So the big difference is Nana.
So it's your thing.
That's what I'm just saying. So the big difference is that Kashaology just says that you're single until you're married, which means if you're dating, you can multi-date. And if you find someone that you just want to date solely, then y'all can come into an agreement. Yeah. But it's not, I'm still single. Polygamy is when y'all agree we're in a committed relationship, but we're free to go and sleep and develop relationships with. I don't even know if they.
Wait, no, polygamy. Polygamy is with many people.
Yeah. Poly.
Monogamy is one person.
Right. Mono. One.
I know some people. But I know some people that used to have mono back in the day.
They don't even talk about that no more.
When I was in high school, they were saying like, don't drink from the water fountain.
Well, no, now they call it cold sores.
No, they call it gonorrhea in the mouth.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They call it gonorrhea in the mouth.
You can get gonorrhea and chlamydia in your mouth. Y'all better stop kissing on them people. No, for real. You get it in your mouth.
But that's mono?
No, I'm just
saying. Oh, girl, I was going to say, wait a minute, because they could get rid of mono.
She said, she was using the voice thing.
Hey, Jocelyn, thank you for jumping in on tonight to the Women of Power Radio Show. Listen. We were trying to help this listener.
Take care about it.
Scroll on the bottom of the screen. You're welcome to type in some advice, but we are actually wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, Mary said, y'all know she's smarter than that.
Oh yeah, we already knew, girl. We're not sure. So does anyone else have any closing thoughts that they would like to add to give to this listener? So in case she's watching, anybody want to drop some advice before we put some bows on this thing and wrap it up?
Put some bows on this thing.
I would say, man, just talk it out because
if you say talk it out,
get slapped.
No. The only reason why I say talk it out because she did hashtag raised toxic, so it would have been different if she was complaining that he was just sweet and she, you know what I'm saying? So at least she's acknowledging that there was some type of error in her upbringing. Right? You know. Oh, you did that hashtag? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not her hashtag?
No, hers is the question.
I'm saying for it to be sweet, that shows she's raised toxic because it does. When healthy behaviors to you look out of place. I feel bad for
you because I thought that was your hashtag. But since that's not, sis, leave him alone. They're going to make somebody else happy. I tried to defend you.
But I'm saying it's the same thing. If you behaviors that are healthy.
No, but listen, I thought that she put the hashtag herself. Like to say, hey, look, I'm struggling with toxicity.
Yeah, that was it.
But she still is though. That's the whole point. Her saying that something that's healthy and normal to her is weird and out of place shows that she was raised toxic.
Right.
No, I believe she was raised toxic. I just thought that because she put the hashtag, she was really saying, hey, y'all, look.
Help me.
Yeah.
Well, she is saying help me. She's saying, the first thing she said is help. My boyfriend is too sweet to me.
All the same thing.
I don't know how to process it. And see, that's the word that's throwing me off. Process. Like.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. Like I don't know if I should be.
But that's different.
So she don't
how do you feel about it?
She just don't know how to process
because I picture like something going in, like.
Yeah, how I receive it. That's what I'm saying to me. That's how I process it. If you come and you say like, hey, you look so beautiful. I want to take you out tonight or whatever. Right? The average woman would be like, oh my gosh, baby, you're so sweet. Like, let's go. But if you don't know how to process it, you might be sitting there kind of like,
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how to. So it's like your reaction to things is just off because you don't know how to process everything. Yeah. They send you a sweet text message or a poem. And rather than, oh my gosh, that was so sweet, it's like, I don't even know what to say to that. So you act like you didn't get it.
Yeah.
Or you just say thanks.
Wow.
You know, rather than sending emojis or hearts, because like I said, I've been actually like that, so I know.
We know, Mary. We know.
Pass him off, sweetheart. Don't damage that man because you can't handle a kind heart.
So she's agreeing with Zenobia. And
but I don't want to say that though.
But you just did.
You can pass him to me. How is he?
He has to have a sit down, be honest and transparent. If this is not your desire and he wants to continue to walk away until you are capable of handling what he is providing. So yeah, I could go either way. That's just part of the game. That's why there needs to be a conversation.
Get your life.
What you want him to stop buying Ferrero Rocher and start buying you Snickers? Just buy Snickers, sir.
That's a good question, Raquel.
Raquel said, do y'all think she's confusing too nice with lack of passion?
You talking about her having lack of passion?
No, is she confusing his niceness when she says he's too nice with lack of passion?
You know,
who's lacking the passion though?
Him. Because you remember how you was talking about at the beginning, how they like the excitement and the danger and all of that of bad boys.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what she means.
Like the routine, mundane, and like that's just like, oh my God, he's so nice and it's like boring. If that's how you feel, then you should definitely just leave because.
Wait, when you say, because you know, y'all gotta help my understanding. How is he lacking passion?
No, she might be interpreting his too niceness. So for her, when she says too nice, really she just means he's very routine and boring.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying if that's the case, that's not really something he can't evolve into a whole nother person. So if it is from, he just routine and it's just like, then just go find somebody else.
Yeah,
you don't keep you on your toes.
Go find you
with some drama. Okay, because you don't need somebody who's like nice and settled in and just on their grown stuff.
I mean, where you from though? I mean, you come down to the South, you find a whole bunch of what you looking for.
What the drama?
I mean, what kind of relationship?
I guess unniceness. I don't know what's Zenobia talking about.
In the streets of Funky Town.
But I don't know, Raquel, if she's confusing that because she said he's too sweet to me. And I don't think that would be interpreted as boring.
Yeah.
He's sweet to me. That to me, that's saying he's doing stuff for her and he's just sweet to her. You know, he's concerned about how soft the cushion is under her butt. You know, he's just.
What if she did like butt surgery or something?
That sounds like a real cushion or you need actual butt. What?
No, like I mean, have you ever had a guy that was like so sweet to you that he would be like, wait, before you sit down, let me check.
Why am I sitting on a cushion?
What kind of people did you come across?
Overachievers, apparently.
They want your.
Who was checking on your butt?
They wasn't checking on my butt, but they would be like, hey, before you sit down, let me make sure the chair is clean. Let me make sure, it's out. Or this.
Where do you find these people?
Girl, they find me.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen somebody check a chair.
Yeah. That just shows how concerned they are.
No, for real.
I thought it was sweet,
with your behind. That is real love.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Aaron got a question.
Wait, hold on. Mary Martin said, how old are these people? Mary, your guess is good as ours because they came anonymous. Maybe we should require y'all to give us more details in these letters.
Because what if it's from like 17-year-olds?
Oh.
Not for real. Like,
well, right, because we never know. It could be some high school love. We dedicating the whole hour to some puppy love. Don't do that to us.
What? First of all, what?
Women of Power told me I just need to take a break from you, so I don't want to be after algebra class anymore.
But what teenager is gonna be like? I don't know how to process it.
You'll be surprised.
Like if y'all don't watch Netflix, y'all don't watch Titletown High. If you don't, you should because it's still really interesting.
It's scripted.
Man, I've been watching.
It's good.
They can make them
about the football, a high school in Georgia, and it's about the football team going.
Is it a reality?
It's a reality docuseries, but it's good. Like you see it's really good. But that whole love thing and being in high school, you'll see how twisted the relationships can get. I believe it.
She already throwing up gang signs while you trying to impart.
He said, "How does nice translate to boring?"
Oh, it can be. It can.
Yeah.
So let me help you, brother. Well, actually, no, you help them.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I got that one.
So it translates to boring if we're used to, again, drama and conflict because it keeps us on our toes, right? The thrill of, I don't know what to expect today because today he might hug me or he might two-piece me or the way that he reacts to me. I'm just saying, these are things that I have heard, okay, working in women's shelters and again, from my own experience, to where that whole thrill of unpredictability, it's exciting because you don't know what to expect, right? In some minutes, you feel like, oh, it's stressful, but then when it's good and it's unpredictable, it's exciting, right? But if you have someone who's predictable, you know every morning, hey, it's going to be hey, he's always going to be sweet. If I get mad and I raise my voice, he's still going to, it stays on this. So even though it's healthy, it's staying on this. And some people don't care that it's healthy. This motion here, they don't like that. They need this. And unless they having this, they feel like they got to go somewhere else. And so that's why some people will say, oh, nice guys, he's sweet, but he's boring. And they want the bad boy because the bad boy will ignore him. Maybe he'll talk to them today. Now they can't get a hold of him and they're crying. Then he come back. It's exciting to them. It's a thrill.
It's like being in a house with a man reading a book compared to being in a house with a man playing a video game. Two totally different things.
Neither one of them pay attention to you. But I was going to say... First of all, thank you for joining us on tonight, Erin Sandler. I was going to say, too, that what it is that she said they've gotten used to it. So it's not their normal. So to them, it seems boring. Niceness can seem boring. So I think that.
Oh, so y'all basically want a slap every now and then?
No, I don't.
Mary said,
you can slap me.
Don't touch me.
She's going to process anything in her 20s, Mary. Girl, me neither. Tiffany said it absolutely can. That was the only overly nice guy I dealt with, always agreeing with me. Ugh.
Now that could be.
That's not nice. That's thing.
That's a turn off.
That's extreme turn off.
You know what I'm saying? It's just everything I say, or whatever you want, whatever you say.
Whatever you like. This is not coming to America. You need to have your own individuality. Yeah, no, that is just.
And then he coming to America too. She was still barking like a dog.
Oh, really? I hadn't seen.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Mania said, right, I'm around the corner from 40 and I feel like I'm just now catching on.
Yeah.
That's what I was that's why I was asking what is their definition of nice, because nice could be him buying stuff, him just, compliment her, or it can be that thing where, like I said, it can be a yes person, a person that's always like, okay,
yeah.
I want you to tell me no sometimes.
Well, I want you to have an opinion.
Yeah.
I want us to be able to dialogue, and what do we call the mentally stimulated people? Sapiosexuals.
Oh, sapiosexuals.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of sapiosexuals out here who need somebody that has their own mind. Yeah, that's able to mentally stimulate us.
Yeah.
And so if you are constantly just agreeing and going along with the water, That is boring.
Because and then we don't even know who you are. That's why it's a turnoff. Because it's like I'm not even getting to know the real you. Because everything you're doing and saying is just to accommodate me and to appease me. And you
do you think you can teach a person like that to come out of that? Like, because maybe what if they kind of grew up like that, being a yes person because that's all they knew? Do you think a person could be taught? Like
they can, but the real question is, do you have the patience?
Do you have the?
Because that's a lot.
I don't, but
that's what I'm saying. I mean, they can, but really, who wants to deal? That's once again a kind of person that needs to be by themselves and get comfortable in who they are and get rooted in who they are, so that when they get around other people who are different, they don't conform and be a gecko to conform to. Oh, she looks like she likes this, so I'm going to change my colors or chameleon or whatever. Like, we don't do that. We don't need no chameleonaires. Okay,
right?
That is
chameleonaires. Yeah.
Mary said, just so y'all know, my birthday is in 4 days.
Oh, happy birthday,
girl.
How old you turning?
She said in her 40s. You're getting in your 40s?
Wait,
no, that was Minya. Minya said she's around the corner from 40.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Mary said, girl, you look young, girl.
Minya look good.
She said, heck no to the slaps once a week. Kia said, keep your hands to yourself. I like to get my licks back. And Raquel said, I think a gentleman in the street and a bad boy in the bed when they get married might be a good balance for her.
True.
It's a good balance for most.
Right.
Mary Martin said 38. You look good, girl.
Yes, Mary. I wouldn't have thought that.
I never would have thought that.
But you know what? We age really good. And when I say we, I mean, people with melanin. But yeah.
So are we putting bows on it?
Yeah, let's put a bow on it.
Dang, I'm trying to find her page.
Page.
Mary, request me on Facebook, Zenobia Hardy.
So to wrap that up, basically, again, I say have a conversation and see if he's willing. But if not, if you feel like you can even do without the relationship right now, and you're doing this more so because you don't want to hurt him, just go ahead and let him be and focus on yourself. But if you feel like you actually want to work this through for your own self, then stay and have a conversation and see what he says. But either way, I feel like you definitely need to communicate and take the time to heal.
Oh, we got somebody watching from Cedar Hill.
David Burns.
Hey,
thank you
David.
for joining us tonight. Yeah.
She said, great show tomorrow. Great show, ladies. School tomorrow. Okay, bye, Mary. Happy early birthday, girl.
Requesting.
Yes.
David
says, what's up, ladies? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, we come on at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, David. So we actually
and Donna's
Donna's concurring. Work on you, sis.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So listen, we want to thank you guys for all of your input to help our listener. And Nana, what can they do if they want to ask some questions?
So what time is it over there?
You say what?
He said, what time is it over there? We right where you at, sir. We in
Fort Worth. You can see the hill.
Maybe he thought we're out of state or something.
Oh no, we here.
Yeah.
We about 15. No, it ain't.
Matter of fact, he said he in DeSoto.
Cedar Hill.
Oh, Cedar Hill. We're near Keller.
Yeah. So if you all have any questions that you like for us to answer, you can be as anonymous as you want to be, or you can just put it in the comments if you don't care, or slide in our DMs right here on Facebook. You can send your questions to womenofpower5@gmail.com. Let us get in your business for your benefit.
Today,
Natasha, you can just post it right here.
I'm gonna pull up this one.
You can post it right here if you want to.
Which one?
I don't know.
Also, if you all enjoyed the show on tonight and you feel led to donate, please do, okay? And you're welcome to do so at $WOP Radio so that we can continue to give you all great content and try to do some of these extra stuff with the background and just, get more engaged with you guys because we really do enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And lastly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You see, we had Raquel and Dr. Lot on tonight, joining us from YouTube. So if you join us from YouTube, you will not get left out of the comments. We still see you. And it helps with our algorithm. So even if you never watch us from YouTube, please just go like the page and subscribe. Okay? Thanks.
Just text it to me, Tasha.
David says he just got off work. His bad. Are you good, David? We're just giving you a hard time.
Ain't Cedar Hill over there by Joku Lake, like the big lake?
No.
Yeah. Lake Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's half.
Off
Cedar
of
Hill,
20,
half.
right?
Yeah.
It's by DeSoto.
He
right?
said, "What's our
Cedar
YouTube channel?"
Hill. The half of it too goes through Joker
Women
Lake.
of
You know where
Power
Lake
radio
Ridge
show.
neighborhood is?
No, but it's
Okay.
by DeSoto, right?
No, Lake Ridge is not by DeSoto.
Cedar Hill is though, right?
Yeah, it's between. That's what I'm saying. It goes through both. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The pool. I mean, that's the pool, Lord. The lake goes through both.
So, David, the YouTube channel is Women of Power Radio Show. Women of Power Radio Show. You can actually watch live through YouTube, or you can go back and catch replays of the shows. So we encourage everybody, go to our YouTube. Why, Nana?
Because it helps with the algorithms, right? We need the subscribers. It helps our videos to show up. Because if you search certain videos, even though y'all know we exist and y'all can see us right here, and you put some of the stuff in on YouTube, we don't even pop up because there's not enough algorithms to track to where it'll even lead people to our page. So we like ghosts, okay? Until y'all hit the subscribe button, we don't exist. Just hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Listen.
And on that note, here.
Radio show, and make sure you follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. That's Women of Power 5. Because at the end of the day, what kind of Savage Squad are you if you're not actually following us? See you there.
All right, so that was Nana O trying to help y'all.
Okay.
Savage Squad, come on.
Yes.
Murray.
All right, so
that concludes the show. So again, if you haven't already, please share the video. Thank y'all so much for spending your Tuesday night with us when you could be doing so many other things. And don't forget to submit your questions. Hope to get in your business soon. See y'all next